When I moved to the United States, I realized that many people do not like Russia and Russians in general. However, most of them never been there or never met any Russians. I felt really disappointed and wished my friends could see how we really live. I am from Moscow, and as anybody else, I believe that the city where I was born is the best city in the world. I have been in many different cities from all around the world and believe that Moscow is really special. It is a modern megapolis, and millions of tourists are coming to visit Moscow every year. Why is the city so attractive to tourists? A lot of beautiful Orthodox shrines and other monuments make Moscow one of the most amazing cities in the world, where different cultures are perfectly working together. So there are some proofs why you should go and see Moscow. To start with, a lot of people have a wrong opinion about Russia in general, and a visit to the heart of the country will be a great experience to break the stereotypes and dive into Russian culture and explore the Russian soul. The main place to visit is the famous Kremlin and the Red Square. Kremlin was built in the 15th century, and the whole city of Moscow was located inside of it. Now the city grew much further than Kremlin walls. Kremlin is the center of Moscow, and expresses the power and the whole country and the Russian soul. Now inside the Kremlin territory located a lot of museums and cathedrals that are really easily available to visit, and president's administration buildings which are properly separated and protected from crowd. To know more about Kremlin, you can visit the official website www.kreml.ru. The Red Square is the most popular place for tourists to visit, and a lot of people who constantly live in Moscow love to walk there. The reason why Red Square called red is not because of red walls of Kremlin, how most of the people think. In Russia, words red and beautiful sounds pretty similar, which is really hard to believe. So in Russian, word krasnaya, that's exactly how it sounds. Means beautiful. On the Red Square, you can also find the oldest Universal store, which now have the most famous boutiques. Second important thing, which is visiting car of Moscow, is Moscow subway. According to official website of Moscow subway, ingo.mosmetro.ru, daily for 12 subway lines, total lengths of 327.5 kilometers with 196 stations, it's passed more than 10,000 trains. All the stations are different from each other and built in different styles. During World War II, people used to hide there from bombs. Now, subway is the most popular public transport, which is widely used because it connects every part of the huge city, and it is independent from traffic, which is really bad. In such a big city, subway is necessary to leave. For example, to get from the northwestern part of Moscow to southeastern, it will take you only 57 minutes. However, driving throughout the city may take from 3 to 6 hours. The other thing that can impress the eye of the tourist is a lot of churches, which are really beautiful, and each has its own unrepeatable design. Russia is such a religious country. Religion is a big part of Russian history and culture, so the churches are really worth it to look at. The most famous cathedral of Moscow is called the Cathedral of Christ the Savior, which is enormous in size and white and golden color and very beautiful. The other very beautiful cathedral, which often appears in books or on postcards, is St. Basil's Cathedral, which is colorful and much different from the previous one. As I said, it will be really hard to find the churches that look exactly the same. Russian food is also definitely a thing people need to experience. In Moscow, there are so many places where you can try the traditional meals and drinks. Time Out Moscow said that the best place to try real Russian food is White Rabbit. They have really big choice and the view to one of the most beautiful squares of Moscow. Do not forget to go for a night walk. The famous phrase, Moscow never sleeps, is true. The city is pretty safe at night, and the city center look really amazing in the night colorful lights. There are a lot of parks, and the Moscow River runs throughout the whole city, and you can also go on a water walk. One of the best viewing platforms is located next to the Moscow State University, which is also a place for night street racing. But usually people come there in the morning to meet the dawn. Moscow subway works till 2 o'clock at night and opens at 5 in the morning, which gives people a chance not to worry about transportation. If you want to go traveling and visit Russia, Moscow will be a really good place to start, and it will forever change your opinion. Give it a chance and experience unknown. You'll never regret it.